Hi guys, this is Tara with Gaia Tarot 13, and this is your monthly tarot card forecast for October 2017. And I have to tell you, I've already got the overview pulled. It's the Fool, and that's because as I started shuffling, it just popped out at me, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it back in. And then, like, right before I hit the record button, it popped out at me again. And it's the same card. So when it does that, it's like, all right, once maybe I can overlook it. Second time, it's not a coincidence. And so I asked it where it wanted to be, and it wanted to be the overview. So that's what we've got. And since they are buzzing, we are ready to go. I'm gonna pull them right now. Okay. As you know, since I've got them pulled already, as they know, we do 5 cards for the monthlies. We've got 4 cards I just pulled for the weeklies, and as I said, the overview for the monthly. The 5th card is the Fool. So since we've got them, they're pretty hot to trot, it seems like. Let's just dive right in. Week 1, we've got 10 of Pentacles reversed. Also, I'm using my new Gilded Tarot deck. So okay, we've got the 10 of Pentacles reversed for the first week, and this is telling me don't overspend. Be careful that you are wise with your money. You don't just kind of like act like you have it, and you might have some extra, but when you're doing well, that's the time that you should set aside for, times that you aren't doing as well, instead of like, oh, I've got money, and just going out and buying a bunch of things needlessly, or, just spending just to spend. So watch your money, keep your eyes on it, make sure you're not living extravagantly because you happen to have it right now. I know we're all kind of guilty of that usually, at least occasionally. Um, I know, like, I like food. I'm a foodie, and so I'll go out to eat probably more than I realize I am. And next thing I know, like, that's where that extra money went. So keep your eyes on it, however it shows up to you. You want to make sure that just because you've got it now, that you have it for later. And so watch your impulses, and don't be so indulgent, I guess. The second week, we have the 7 of Cups, and this is upright. And this is saying that you've got a lot of options. You don't necessarily have to make a choice just yet. I think this is you seeing what is presented in front of you. And honestly, I'm going to show you this card here in a second. I kind of like this card better than the Radiant Rider-Waite version where it's got like snakes and dragon heads and things in it. This one's just a little bit foofier. Normally I don't like foofy, but this one's just a little bit foofier. And there aren't really any bad options in this card, which is telling to me. So keep that in mind. You're going to have, second week, you're going to have a variety of options, and you might not know what you want to choose, being presented with different things, but try and remember that it's not that you can make a bad choice. That's, I think, the underlying thing. People are always afraid of, like, what's the right choice? And I think it's kind of a fallacy. I don't think there is a right choice. I think that choosing one option over another gives you 2 different life experiences. And that's it. Different lessons to learn. It doesn't mean that one's good and one's bad, one's the right choice, one's the wrong choice. You just have 2 different life experiences depending on which one you choose. So that's part of the reason I think I like this card better. So secondly, you're going to have some options presented to you, and you're not really going to know. But I don't feel like you need to make a choice just yet. Like, I feel like you have some time. It's just options presented. Week 3, we have the Tower. Okay. Maybe you do need to make a choice. Maybe it doesn't have to be week 2, but it seems like it should probably be week 3. So the Tower is upright, and this card is telling me that you are going to have some endings. So maybe you do need to make a choice. If you don't make a choice. I could see this being a choice being made for you. You could be even overwhelmed with your options, and so you're kind of like, well, I'm not sure, and you're, trying to hedge your bets, and this is just like the universe coming in and doing it for you. Um, Now, as far as I've seen in all versions of this deck, or all versions of decks that I have seen, the tower is always kind of, I don't want to use the word scary, because it's not really scary, but it has that same vibe. You know what I mean? And the tower is one of my favorite cards. So it kind of bothers me that people are so afraid of the tower. This is just like the universe saying, hey, you need to finish something up. I've been trying to give you hints on wrapping this up. Like maybe you've received the death card a couple times and you're like, I'm gonna ignore it. The universe is giving you hints that you need to be ending something. People have been not texting you back or not responding to you or standing you up, and you're just like, oh, I'm not taking that hint. And this is the universe just like, they move. Like, take a hint. Person's not supposed to be in your life. And I know that's a very specific example, but it kind of is across the board. And the tower is when you have been being hinted at or told in ways that something is supposed to no longer be there and you're ignoring it, and so the universe just ganks it out from under you because you haven't been paying attention. So decisions that need to be made, things that need to enter your life, endings that need to happen are going to be happening this week. So I'm going to highly recommend that you kind of take a look at what that is, and only you'll know how that is in your specific life, what it's referring to. And take a look these first couple weeks of October, what it is that needs to end or is going to end, and either try to get it out yourself or at least prepare yourself for it, because that's going to make this a whole lot easier, or maybe even unnecessary. The universe isn't going to do it for you if you do it yourself, right? Week 4, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And this is telling you to drop things that aren't working. Drop your dead-end priorities. If you've planted seeds and those seeds aren't bearing fruit, it's time to acknowledge that those seeds aren't bearing fruit and let them go. So far, we have cards about, well, the first one's not overspending is really what I'm getting from that, because it is a treasure chest. It can be anything of value, but keeping an eye on what you value, keeping an eye on your assets, and make sure you're not frivolous with them. Then options, and then endings, and dropping things, and completions, and making sure you're wrapping things up. And that ties in perfectly to the monthly overview card, which I've already told you is the Fool, and that is because the Fool is about new beginnings. The Fool is about starts and initiations, and with it being the overview, it means it can come in. It's not going to come in like necessarily at the end of the month, because it's the last card I'm telling you about. It's the overview for the whole month. So this is new things trying to come in and maybe getting blocked or hindered or stalled because you've got these other things that you're not wrapping up. You need to push things out of your life in order to let the new things coming in. And this is the card for the overview of the month saying you've got new things. You've got exciting new beginnings, new adventures, new undertakings. He's got, his hands full. He's juggling all these astrological symbols. And he's got the moon in the background, which is about emotions. So to me, this is really like something you want. It's a new beginning you want, and you've got everything you could possibly want right there in your hands as he's juggling it. You just need to drop this other junk that's blocking up your life to allow this to happen. So it's a month of work. And I know we don't like work, right? It's a month of work. Let go. Let go. And it's kind of like maybe you've been trying, but maybe you haven't been trying hard enough, and you're going to get some assistance. Let things go this month, because this amazing, beautiful thing that's coming in is the thing that you want to happen, and you don't want it to be blocked because you're busy hanging on to baggage or hanging on to things that you think are good for you that you don't need and aren't good for you. So that's what we've got going on this month. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my YouTube page. If you want to get a personal reading with me, the only way to do so is through my website, which is GaiaTarot13.com. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr, where I pull a tarot card every day, reading the energy of that specific day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.